Good morning, students. I welcome you back. The new topic of entrepreneurship, that's a concept of business. I hope you understand this topic earlier also. You learned this topic in class 11 business studies. Now, what is concept of business? Now, you know that business is a human activity which is done for earning money. The simple part, first to understand what is a business. Business is a human activity and it's an economic activity. Now, what is the difference between economic and non-economic activity? Economic activity which is done for earning money. The motive behind economic money is money, to earn money. That's why it's called economic. And non-economic activity, the motive behind non-economic is not earning money. It's to serve people, to serve society. The basic difference between economic and non-economic activity is clear. Economic activity which is done for earning money, and non-economic means not for money, it's for service. Okay, which is done for love, affection, and different parts of the earth. Now, suppose you open a restaurant. You are running a restaurant. It's a very renowned name. You are running a restaurant in a particular area, and suppose any people, there are lot many customers are coming to your restaurant, and they eat foods over there and take their services. Now, whatever you are providing them, whatever you food or whatever the products and services you are providing them, they are paying money. That means you are running a restaurant for earning money. That's an economic activity. But the same way, your mother or your sister preparing food for you at home. Now that's not an economic activity because she's not asking for money. She not ask money from you कि भाई you have to pay this much. तो आपने खाना खाया है, मैंने आपके लिए खाना बनाया, you have to pay this much. No, this is not the thing. That's a not economic activity because the motive when your mother is preparing food for you, the motive behind her is love, affection. She loves you, that's why. Your sister preparing food for you because she cares for you. But in economic activity, no, it's not like this. Economic activity, the purely, it's a very professional term. They are running for, they are asking for the money motive. Because you are doing the business, you are running a restaurant to earn money from the same. So you know that business is a human activity and it's an economic activity which is done for earning money. That's the first part. Now, under economic activity, there are three concepts are there. That's called business, profession, and employment. I'll take the first step. Chalo, profession. What is profession? The profession is that occupation in which one professes to have an acquired specified knowledge which is used to either in instructing or guiding or advising others. So what is profession? You need a specialized degree for this to need a profession. Who is a profession? A doctor, a lawyer, a chartered accountant. They are the professional persons. I mean, apart from this, there are many other. They are marketing. Those who done as a marketing advisor, as an auditor, they all are professional people. What is professional people? Means they have the specified knowledge which is used in either or instructing or guiding or advising others. Means they charge money. Whatever they guide you, whatever instruction they provide you, they will charge money for the same. Suppose a good auditor is there who tells is working as a promoter in any company. वो किसी कंपनी में प्रमोटर की तरह काम कर रहा है. And if you provide advices to the company, by this particular thing is good. At the time you can issue shares, or at the time you can introduce new product. Now he's not doing at free of cost. He's charging money from the company. A chartered accountant who's rectifying the error from the accounts, books of account, जो बुक्स को चेक करता है और देखता है ठीक है दियर सर्टेन डिस्क्रिमिनेंसीज आर दियर, कुछ गड़बड़ है, उनको रिमूव करना, बिजनेस की हेल्प करना इन saving the taxes. No, he is not doing it free of cost. He charged money for that. So that's called profession. So what is profession? Profession is that occupation in which one professes to have an acquired specified knowledge which is used to either in instructing or guiding or advising other. And because of that, because they are providing instruction, they are guiding, they charge money from this. Who is the employment? Next part is employment. Who is the employee? You understand employee and employer. Employer is the person who is the owner, or employee is the person who provides job to other peoples. So employee means those who work. So employment, it is an activity where persons works regularly for others and gets remuneration in return. Remuneration means salaries. So it is an activity where a person works regularly for other and get remuneration in return. So I mean, you know that Employee can be categorized in different fields. We can call employees skilled or unskilled workers, or employees at various level. May suppose employees here who's good in marketing, and employees here who's good in finance, and employees here who's good in production, employees here whose networking system is very good, is very good software engineer. But they are different person. A skilled person can be an employee. Suppose a doctor who's working for a hospital, so he's an employee. Doctor is a professional person, but he's an employee for where he's working. You understand term? That's called employment. Means employee works for money. He wants remuneration. So our employee can be categorized in different way. But generally, if you take workers are categorized in two different ways: skilled or unskilled. Skill means those who have a professional knowledge or some kind of professional knowledge. Unskilled worker means those who doesn't have this type of knowledge. Means they are categorized to do a basic works. What is business? Business means a slate of being busy or occupied. A slate of being busy or occupied. All activities performed in the areas of production and distribution of goods and services for the purpose of monetary benefits is termed as business. To understand term, what is business? The business is a state of being busy or occupied. All activities performed in the area of production, if you're producing the goods, and distribution, whether it's goods or services, but for the purpose of monetary gain, is termed as business. So I hope it's clear. These three parts are clear. What is business, profession, and employment? Now, if you note down the definition of business, there are not many definitions there, but my basic criteria is when you suppose this question comes in exam, so there are certain key points here which should be mentioned. So what is the definition of business? Note down if you want. A business is defined as an organization or enterprising entity. A business is defined as an organization or enterprising entity engaged in commercial, industrial, or professional activities. Means which is engaged in commercial, industrial, or professional activities. The term business also refers to the organized efforts and activities of individuals to produce and sell goods and services for profit motive. The motive is profit motive. Now understand the key part. A business is defined as an organization. A business is defined as an organization, or we terms called enterprise, whatever, or enterprise, entity, they have separate INT. Engage in commercial, means commercial, those who do in trading part, industrial, producing part, or professional activities. Now, suppose you have a bunch of lawyers with you. You are running a legal firm. Those who provide different types of legal entity. So they are the professional activities. The term business also refers to the organized efforts and activities of individuals to produce and sell goods and services for profit motive. I hope it's clear. That means anything. Business means, I'm not saying business is an entrepreneur. No, entrepreneur do the business. The basic difference between entrepreneurship and business is entrepreneurs find something new in business. Entrepreneur is that person, वो person जो business में, market में वो चीज देखता है जो normally business में नहीं पता. Entrepreneur is that person who find the problems in the business, who finds the problems in the society and find the solution of that. Because of that solutions leads to a very healthy result. अगर वो किसी customer की problem का solution मिल जाए, तो then he from that problem he finds the opportunity. But that's entrepreneurship. I'm talking about the business here. Next is, what are the characteristics of business? This is an important point. The normally question comes for 3 to 4 to 5 6 marks. Important part, characteristics of business. So what are the different characteristics which are in business? You know that first characteristic, business is an economic activity. The first thing refer that. It is an economic activity. You know the word is economic activity. Just now told you, all activities which are related to production and distribution of goods and services with the aim of earning profit. It is an economic activity concerned with creation of utilities for the satisfaction of human wants. Means all those terms ठीक है, which we are dealing production, distribution of goods and services, or creating utilities to satisfy the consumer. That's come for economic activity, because you all are doing this. Sorry, you anybody who is engaged in business, who is engaged in entrepreneurship, he wants to earn money because he is engaged in economic activity for earning money. The first thing is business is an economic activity. Next thing is, next characteristic of business is buying and selling. It's buying and selling. Simple, yeah? Something you need to buy. The basic activity of any business is trading. So what is buying and selling? Is trading. The business involves in buying raw material, convert into finished goods. Means you have to create some utility. The basic activity of any business is trading, buying and selling. Of course, it not means buying and selling. It means it also depends upon creation of utilities. You're involved in production, converting raw material into finished goods. This is also part of business. Why are you converting raw material into finished goods? Because you want to sell in market to earn money. So first thing, second part is buying and selling. Now, a simple say, creation of form utility. You know that when the raw material come into finished goods, you create something from this thing. Either suppose you are dealing in manufacturing soap, you are dealing in manufacturing furniture. It means you require raw material to do the part, because you have to convert raw material into finished goods. Then the third part is, after buying and selling, business is a going concern. Accountancy part. What is going concern? But business is a continuous activity. It's a continuous activity. We also know this. I told you in class 11, the concept of accountancy is going concern. Always remain continue. Now, nobody do the business for 3-4 days. Nobody want to do the business. Suppose you want to open an entrepreneurship firm. You want to establish a business. Can you establish a business for 1 year? Or can you establish a business for 6 months? No. A business is not a single time activity. Means suppose say, I want to engage in selling a marker. No. If you are selling one time, this is not a business. Yeah? This is not a continuous. The business continuous activity. It means that business is a single time activity. It is a continuous process, which means continuous process of production and distribution of goods and service. A single transaction of trade cannot be termed as business. Please note down. A single transaction of trade cannot be termed as business. आपने पुराना फर्नीचर घर में था, उसको बेच दिया, and they say you are a businessman. No, it's not a business thing. The business means continuous activity. The single time activity cannot be, the single transaction of trade cannot be termed as business. A business should be conducted regularly in order to grow and gain regular returns. It's important. A business should be conducted regularly in order to grow and gain regular returns. Business should continuously involve in research and development of activities to gain competitive advantage. A continuous improvement strategy helps to increase the profitability of the business firm. The business continuous means always remain continue. Nobody want to open a business for 3 to 4 days or 7 days. Or suppose you say, I'm selling a marker. I'm dealing in this marker. But if you're dealing in the market, this is a continuous process. When you continuities to maintain, you are selling a marker. Yes, once in a month. No, it's not a business activity. It's not a business activity. The business activity means the single transaction trade is not termed as business activity. So note down if you want to know this. What is business? Business is a continuous activity. It's also called going concern. Business is not a single time activity. It is a continuous production or continuous process of production and distribution of goods and service. A single transaction of trade cannot be termed as business. Please note down. Underline this line. A single transaction of trade cannot be termed as business. A business should be conducted regularly in order to grow and gain regular returns. Business should continuously involve in research and development of activities. We need to develop R&D department, research and development activities to gain competitive advantage. A continuous improvement strategy helps to increase the profitability of the business firm. So this is called continuous activity. Business is not a single time activity. Those saying, I am dealing in business. Suppose you own a restaurant and you open a restaurant once in a month. It's a business. No, it's not a business then. The business, it should be a continuous activity. Next is, fourth one is entrepreneur presence. It's an important part because entrepreneur presence. Entrepreneur presence. Now what it means? There's someone who takes the initiative for establishing a business and take the risk associated with it. Now what is entrepreneur presence? Entrepreneur presence. You know that India is a country of 130 crore peoples. Studying how many of people are engaging in business? The people who is engaged in business, who has the capability to take risk. Now suppose you are from business family. Understand a lesson. Okay, suppose your father is running a business. How important it is for your father is taking a risk in the market, because those who having the risk taking ability, जिनके पास ये ability है कि they can take a risk, and simple thing, business says that more risk more gain. If you have a capability to take risk, then only you can earn the profit, then the business for you. But if you doesn't have capability to take the risk, then you cannot become a good businessman, because business is something which creates opportunities in the market, but that opportunities, you how to take the initiative. The people is for those who can take the initiative. So what is the entrepreneur presence in that? There is someone who takes the initiative for establishing the business and takes the risk associated with it, because in business, if the profit is there, then definitely loss is there. If the entrepreneur can enjoy the profit, then he is the person who can bear the loss also. This is called entrepreneur presence. Are this clear? Fourth part. Then the fifth part is, note on the other characteristics. Fifth part is important one, profit motive. The lot of people say, yes, this is important. Profit motive. The motive behind any business is profit. Now, of course, it changes now. If you see the new terms which is established in the market, it's not profit motive. Of course, the profit motive part is here, but one of the most important part. Suppose anybody asks you, what is the most significant work of business? It say, satisfy the needs and taste of consumer is the first thing. If you can satisfy the needs and taste of consumer, then only you can earn the more amount of profit. And then profit will become a continuous activity. The first thing, what is profit motive? Profit is an indicator of success and failure. Generally, if you know, in class 11, when you make the accounts, you find out profit and loss. From the profit and loss, we find that how successful the business is. So what is profit motive? Profit is an indicator of success and failure of business. It is the difference between income and expense of business. You take the total income of the business, subtract the expenses, you get the profit of the business. The primary goal of any business is usually to obtain the highest possible level of profit through the production of sale of goods and services. So it means that it is a return on investment. Profit act as an important point. Profit act as a driving force behind all business activity. Now what it means, if you understand the term profit motive, you know that is the lifeblood of business. Profit is the lifeblood of business. Without blood, no human can survive. Simply, without profit, no business can survive. So if you ask you what is profit, so simple that profit is an indicator of success and failure of business. It is the difference between income and expenses of the business. The primary goal of business is usually to obtain the highest possible level of profit, to earn money through the production of, in which you are doing, through the production of goods and services, or simply, generally, it is a return on investment. The profit act as a driving force behind all business activities. Is it clear? Now, give you an example here. Understand this example. Now, suppose your father give you 1 lakh rupees and say, meet me after 1 year. आपके father ने आपको 1 lakh rupees दिया and say you start a business. Now, just giving an example. Okay, listen here carefully. I say, do the business and show me a profit after 1 year. After 1 year, 1 साल बाद, when you return, when you come in front of your father, you say, Father, for 1 lakh, I earn 1,12,000. I earn 1 lakh means you earn 12,000. Let's go return on investment. Your investment was 1 lakh. How much you earn? You earn 1 lakh 12,000. It means that you earn 12,000 rupees of profit. Now tell me, after a year, if you are earning 12,000 profit, you work very hard for this thing. You work very hard, but you earn 12,000 rupees. It means you earn 1 lakh 12,000. समझ गया? But 1 lakh तो आपने investment लगाया था. You earn 1 lakh 12,000. It means the profit is 12,000. But similarly, you work very hard for earning this 12,000 rupees. You spend time. You spend your means you spend your basic workforce over here. आपने बहुत टाइम खर्च किया उसमें. बट इसी पैसे को अगर आप सिंपल किसी म्यूचुअल फंड में लगाते हैं, those who are doing good, those and take the expert advice on this thing, might be you earn 11,000, not as 12,000. Suppose you earn 10,000, you will earn 1 lakh 10,000. It means your investment, you in spite of you earn money, you spend time in that. Your return is good. The basic part we can understand it. It means profit is also termed as, we say, what is the rate of it? What is the return on investment? The amount you put in business, how much the return you earn. So that's why it's important part. The profit act as a driving force behind all business activities. Is clear? The profit act as a driving force behind all business activities. The next part is, if we see, next characteristic of business is risk and uncertainties. Yes, important point. Risk and uncertainties. We have 6 points, I hope. Risk and uncertainties. Risk is here. Risk and uncertainties. Now, what is uncertainty? Uncertainty, risk. What happens next? In business, nobody knows. Now, take the example just what's going on right now. The lot many shops are closed. That because of risk and uncertainty of COVID-19. Because of this thing. Now, there are some peoples who are not in grocery market. I've seen these people in Nainital. I've seen this person in Haldwani also. Those who are not there in the business in grocery market. But COVID-19 says, what is the government regulation in COVID-19? They say only the basic necessity shops will be open. Like medicine, grocery, milk. So I've seen here the person who are running a toy shop. ठीक है, a person who is running a cosmetic shop. वो cosmetic shop चला था नैनीताल में. ठीक है, he is selling a milk. He is selling a grocery items. Why? He is selling because he knows that government regulation says that you only the basic necessity shop will be open. So what he does, he put milk carrots, he put the basic grocery items here, and in the meantime he is selling the cosmetic also, those who want to purchase, because nobody comes to here na. He find the opportunity. He say, I am running a cosmetic shop, but how can my cosmetic shop will be closed due to COVID-19? So means usko to loss hota. So what he does, he use the government regulation in it. He say, okay, government says that you can sell the grocery items. So he put some grocery item there, like pulses, spices, all these things. Okay, flour, all these things. And in the meantime, the people who are coming to their shop, jiski shop mein aa rahe hain, they say, okay, apart from this thing, apart from giving us milk, apart from giving us the grocery items, give us some cosmetic item also, because it's always remain in demand. So these are terms are there to find the opportunity. So risk and uncertainty is there. So risk is defined as the effect of uncertainty arising on the objectives of the business. Risk is associated with every business. Business is exposed to two types of risk, which are say insurable and non-insurable. There are two types of risk are there, insurable and non-insurable. Insurable risk are those who are insurable, means insurance company provide you money for this type of risk. They are predictable, like taxes, change in the volume of expected sale, cost of supplies and equipment, labor costs, cost of overhead. Now these are predictable loss. In business market, if government imposes more tax, risk हो गया ना, खर्चा बढ़ गया, ठीक है. If the month's volume of expected sale, you expect the sale in other neighboring part of the state also, but due to any reason sale नहीं हो पाई, again खर्चा बढ़ गया. कॉस्ट सप्लाई वेयर यू परचेज द रॉ मटेरियल, जहाँ से आपके पास सप्लाई आती थी उसकी कॉस्ट बढ़ गई, अगेन दिस बढ़ गया. मीन्स द इक्विपमेंट यू आर परचेजिंग, earlier purchasing at a cost of 1 lakh rupees, now you have to pay 1,50,000 again. Similarly the labor cost increase होगी, the cost of overhead expenses, transportation cost increases, if the cost of petrol diesel increases, the cost of overhead expenses also increases. So these are the risks and uncertainties, but these risks are predictable. We call it this a predictable risk. There's some unpredictable factors are there, but these are predictable one. Change in taxes, change the policies, these are predictable. But what is unpredictable? Change in trend and taste of consumer. Customers का trend और taste change हो गया. This is unpredictable. Nobody can predict customer behavior. The people can only forecast, but nobody can predict in a correct manner. So change in trends and taste of consumers, impact of the local economy on customer base. Competitors policy क्या होगी? Because suppose you say, but I'll lose my money because the competitor use this this type of product. This is not insurable, bhai. These are unpredictable factors. That means what are unpredictable factors? Means the risk which occur due to which you can't predict. These are change in trends and taste of consumer, impact of the local economy on customer base, competitors policy. The calculation and management of the risk is vital to ensure the success of a business firm. Insurance and risk management helps in minimizing the risk associated with the business. The risks are two types, which is predictable and non-predictable. Is it clear? Every risk is not insured. हर रिस्क इंश्योरेंस से कवर नहीं होता. प्लीज ध्यान रखिए, हर रिस्क इंश्योरेंस से कवर नहीं होता. गुड डिस्टर्ब फायर दैट कैन बी ठीक है, और दैट कैन बी अनप्रेडिक्टेबल, बट दैट कैन बी इंश्योर्ड. बट ठीक है, यू लूज योर गुड्स बिकॉज चेंज इन ट्रेंड्स एंड टेस्ट ऑफ कंज्यूमर. नो, दिस टाइप ऑफ रिस्क कैन नॉट बी इंश्योरेबल. और इट मीन्स द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ द लोकल इकोनॉमी ऑन द कस्टमर बेस. व्हाट इज द कॉम्पिटिटर पॉलिसी? ठीक है, your competitor change the policy and due to this thing he provide the goods at a cheaper price, the same type of goods at cheaper price, and you are losing the market because of that, and you ask for compensation कि भाई to insurance company कि भाई मैं अपने competitor की वजह से मुझे नुकसान हो रहा है, तो you have to compensate me. No, this is not possible. So these are non-insurable risks. Change, you are losing the goods, you are losing the market because of competitor policy. So these are risk and uncertainties. When business is full of risk and full of uncertainties, the person who can bear all these risks means the person who can focus in the market, those who have the risk bearing management team, means if he can visualize the market correctly, he knows what customer needs, what customer preferences, then only he can survive in the market perfectly. Next is creative and dynamic. Business is creative and dynamic. Important part, listen carefully. I'm taking a lot more time in that so that you can able to understand each and every characteristic correctly. Creative and dynamic. Modern business is creative and dynamic in nature. Why? Well, business firm has to come out with creative ideas, approaches, and the concepts for production and distribution of goods and services. It means to bring things in a fresh, new and inventive way. That's how I'll tell you. This is a basic concept of entrepreneurship also. Creative and dynamic. You should be creative. Now suppose you are a businessman and you want to create a very good rapport in the market. Earning money is not a sole aim of business. Means you have to create a goodwill also. But that's important. Now why creative and dynamic? Because modern business is creative and dynamic. They are offering the goods which can according to needs and tastes of consumer. Their idea, their approaches, and the concept of production and distribution of goods and services in a different way. Means those things, they are offering those things to customer which can satisfy the needs and tastes of the consumer. So you can write creative and dynamic. The modern business is creative and dynamic in nature. Business firm has to come out with the creative ideas, approaches, and the concept of production and distribution of goods and services in such a way that they bring things in a fresh and new in a fresh, new and inventive way which can satisfy the needs and tastes of the consumer. That's an important point. I hope this thing's clear. Next part is important part, customer satisfaction. Eighth one is customer satisfaction. It's an important one. Customer satisfaction. Now, what is customer satisfaction? Okay, you all know what is customer satisfaction. Needs, taste, and preference of the customer, it should be satisfied. The question arises, how can we satisfy? When we make the goods according to their needs, when we provide the services which he can satisfy. I told you before also, consumer is ready to pay, but he has to ready to pay of that amount in which he can satisfy. Means customer satisfaction, the face of business has changed from traditional concept to the modern concept. Nowadays, business adopts a consumer oriented approach, which means customer satisfaction. Means customer satisfaction is the ultimate aim of all economic activities. Modern business believes in satisfying the consumer by providing quality products at a reasonable price. It emphasizes not only on profit but also satisfy consumers. Consumers satisfy only when they get real value for their purchases. Now, important point here, I tell you, the customer oriented approach or the product oriented approach. They are also called traditional concept or the modern concept. Now listen carefully, because I am giving an idea. What is consumer satisfaction? You know the briefcase, you know the theoretical part. Understand them in a practical, take a practical way. What is traditional approach and modern approach? You know that there are two approaches are there. One is called traditional approach of marketing or traditional approach of business, and you call modern approach. Now listen carefully, modern approach. Traditional approach is also termed as, tradition means product oriented approach, is also considered product oriented approach. And this modern approach is called consumer oriented. Consumer oriented approach. Listen carefully. What is consumer oriented? What is modern? What is tradition means? I told you this is product oriented approach, and modern approach means consumer oriented approach. You know that earlier companies produces goods and then they look to customer. पहले goods बनाया जाता था, then customer ढूंढा जाता था. The earlier tradition is called traditional approach. That's why they make the product first and then look for the customer. Important point. Note down again. Earlier traditional approach says that first they make the product and then look for the customer. Now there are not many companies who fails in that. Because they cannot change. I'll give you an example right now. I mean, what is modern approach? Modern approach says that no, you cannot prepare the goods first. First, look towards the customer. What customer wants, what's his need? You need to prepare good. You need to manufacture goods according to needs of consumer first. First, you look for what's the needs and taste of consumer. Then manufacture goods. Understand? Here in traditional approach, first they produce the goods and then they look for the customer. But here in consumer oriented approach, we say that they first understand the needs and tastes of consumers and then they prepare the goods. So this is a basic difference. So means this is called traditional approach. This one is called modern approach. I hope this thing is clear. Traditional and modern approach. Now understand term consumer satisfaction here. The face of business has changed from traditional concept to modern concept. Nowadays business adopts consumer oriented approach. Means consumer satisfaction is the ultimate aim of all economic activities. Modern business believes in satisfying the customers by providing quality product at a reasonable price. It emphasizes not only on profit but also consumer satisfaction. The consumers are king. Means consumers satisfy only when they get a real value for their purchase. Now what it means in that? Understand, it's a very important term. I've taken this in the traditional approach and the modern approach. It's important not only class 12 as well as BB also, when I do MBA also. Now, this approach, you know the traditional approach, top management, listen here, top management discuss with the middle management and the frontline people about the product, and then they look for the customer. First they prepare the goods, prepare the product. ये पहले product बनाते थे and then look for the customer. But now the things are changed. Modern approach is a no, it's not possible. ऐसे काम नहीं चलेगा. What do you do? Top management, middle management and frontline people, they're always looking for R&D department, research and development department to needs and tastes of consumers. Means their first approach is customer. How they need satisfy the goods, needs and tastes of consumer. So first they identify the taste, needs and preference of the taste of consumers. Then they, according to approach, the frontline people, they discuss the customer wants that type of thing. Means if we need to satisfy customer, if we increase our profit, we need to satisfy consumer. So we as customer, now first thing, frontline people see the ideas, see the taste, they directly approach the customer and they look for the trends, what customer wants. So they look for the customer, then they discuss the product. They discuss with the middle management and top level management makes the product according to needs and tastes of consumers. So means here, as in modern approach, the first thing impacted on their mind is customer satisfaction. Means whenever they make goods, they cannot make the product first. They make the product by keeping in mind what's the needs and taste of consumer. So means first in modern approach say that customer first, but traditional approach say that product first. You understand the idea? There are not many examples are there. You know that earlier you heard about the car named Ambassador, which is Hindustan Motors car, which is owned by Hindustan Motors. Now they have the monopoly. Before 1984 they have a monopoly in India. Out of 100 cars, 80 cars by Ambassador was sold in the Indian market. But when Maruti introduces his car, Maruti 800, now what Maruti does, when they establish in the market, they create the cars which can satisfy the needs and tastes of consumer. They not only satisfy with Maruti 100, they launches Maruti 1000. Then later on they launches Maruti Esteem. Then later they introduces Gen. Then Gypsy, then Omni. There are not many cars, varieties of cars they offer. Now you see that the neck throat competition is there. Everyone wants they establish a product which can satisfy the needs and taste of consumer. Okay, so we've done 7.8 part is optimum utilization of resources. Means you have to utilize your resources in a full way. The business facilitates optimum utilization of material and non-material resources and achieve economic progress. Now when you utilize your resources in a full way, when a business utilizes all the resources, whether it's a raw material, whether it's a workforce, in a full way, in a maximum level. Maximum doesn't means you can and use it in an instant way, means maximum, they are full at their full potential. It creates economies of production. Means if you produce goods in an optimum way, it reduces the cost also. So I hope this is clear. The characteristic part is clear. Please note down this diagram. This is a traditional approach and modern approach is the important part. Note down this thing. Traditional and modern approach. Okay, I hope you understand this part. Characteristic of business. Later on we will do the next portion. What is utility creation? And we discussed lot many examples in that. I hope this thing clear. So please practice, please read the term. In case you find any problem, please do write to me. I will solve it. So till then, please take care. Bye.